What up, guys? What up, guys? Let's go. I know I'm reading the chat. We're waiting for John Doyle. He's running late. I'm so sorry. I've had to push this back a couple of times. I was really looking forward to speaking with him. I know I've been calling him, I've been texting him. But I did just want to go live for a moment to talk to you guys, and I didn't want you to feel like ignored, and that we were continually pushing this back. Yeah, for the Doyle brand of delayed gratification. So yeah, I've texted him, I've called him. We were originally scheduled for 11 a.m., but I'm taking into consideration Texas time, Central Time. So I'm giving him a few minutes, but I just wanted to say hello to you guys. Please give me your questions for John. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you are curious about him. I definitely wanted to talk about I'm sure if you're fans of Doyle, you saw his pretty epic video about porn and how it's damaging you and your country. Very interesting because on the thumbnail for that porn video of his, he has Elsa Jean on, who's like a friend of mine and I've had on my show. Cool girl. She's cute, so I understand why she made the thumbnail. I'm going to talk to him about Lil Nas. Could talk to him about moving to Texas, how he likes it, how he's adjusting. I liked his video that he just put out about Texas Pride Month, so I'm going to ask him about that. I'm going to ask him about taking time off from content creation. What are the pros and cons of that? So yeah. Oh, ask him the hard-hitting question. The news asks Biden what's his favorite type of ice cream. Okay, Greg, that's a good suggestion. I'm writing it down. Ice cream flavors. So me, I'm just killing time right now until John shows up. Worst case scenario, we're just gonna have to reschedule this, but we were talking yesterday, so I'm sure we just got our time zones mixed up. In the meantime, have you guys seen my appearance on the Megyn Kelly podcast? It's nothing to watch. It's really more of an auditory experience. There's no cameras. It was just a podcast, just the audio. So check that out. That came out yesterday. It's on iTunes. This is what I'm talking about. I was literally just about, my producer's handing me notes. Yeah, I'm talking about the Megyn Kelly podcast that I was on yesterday. I talked about cancel culture. I talked about the threat of the threat of free speech in comedy, and we talked about January 6th. And of course, because that is the very still 6 months later, such a hot topic. The mainstream media loves to talk about January 6th as if it happened yesterday still. They would so much rather talk about that and fuel division over the 6th than many other topics. So I think it's so interesting. I'm going to pull up some of the news articles that I've been featured in already. And I was like, does this happen every episode of the Megyn Kelly podcast? I don't think so. I just think I have brought something special to her podcast. Here we go. New civil rights movement. Megyn Kelly reveals she's a 1-6 truther. It wasn't an insurrection, which it wasn't. Just some losers who went a different way. True. I don't think the actions of a few hundred should smear the intentions of 1 million plus people who were there on that day. So here is one of these articles. I have to go to this one article where I think wasn't Real Clear Politics. It was Media Light. Yeah. Oh God. This one, they make me look as terrible as possible. They very much do the Candace Owens style of adding in every single like I said. And I'll be honest, I do say like too much. I am working on it. It really is one of those things at the top of my list that I need to work on. And I'm working on it, guys. I've been doing this podcast just a little bit over a year, but this was really funny. So this is Media Light, Megyn Kelly on Capitol riot. No question the media represented it as so much worse than it actually was. Oh, I have to go to this quote of me. I was there, and anybody who was there on the 6th is like blown away by how like inaccurate the media coverage is, said Mayr. At this point, it's like I don't want to listen to anybody's thoughts on the 6th unless they were like physically there, because it was like so not a big deal. They make me sound like a retard. But if you listen to this whole episode, it puts it into more of context, and that's what they like to do, is take things out of context. I was really comparing the 6th to, you know, all the riots from BLM, all the destruction from last summer. Of course, they know that's what I mean, but they'd rather take this out of context and just make me look dumb by pointing out how many times I say like. And I think you can be an intelligent individual and still say like, although it may not sound like it. Like, yeah, the attack on the Capitol was so like not a big deal. So I'm getting some shit over this. I also mentioned Andy Kim. He donated his suit that he wore on the day of the 6th to the Smithsonian. And I don't know if they quoted this part that I said, but I did tweet out, you know, I did a quote tweet about this, and I said, wow, like, I'm pretty sure there was more carnage in my first period. It was a joke. But, you know, Ashley Babbitt was murdered like it shouldn't have happened. But for a group who could have come fully armed to the Capitol, they didn't. It was extremely peaceful and chill. And most of us didn't even know what was happening until hours later. Yeah. Well, if Matthew Dowd can compare the 6th to 9/11, then I, an independent journalist who was there, can say that the 6th was pretty chill, because that was my experience. Yeah, a riot perhaps, an insurrection, no way. I agree with you, Scott. So yeah, why not exaggerate in the opposite direction? I can say it was pretty chill. My experience of it was very peaceful. So there. Yeah. Exactly, Scott. The only person that was killed that day was killed by a police officer who has still yet to be identified. And everybody else, a couple people had strokes, but again, probably more related to their lifetime of poor physical upkeep than this one day. So yeah, this was an interesting article. Anyway, guys, listen to that episode. What I really like about what the Megyn Kelly podcast is doing is they're doing so many clips. I've shared a lot of them onto my Twitter, Chrissie Mayr. So check it out there. If you don't have time to listen to the whole episode, check out some of these clips. They do a really good job of isolating kind of like the hot topics, one of which was my doing dance class when I was a youngling with Mr. Tim Dillon. I have mentioned that fact on a couple of other podcasts, but I wonder if he's going to hate me for that. It's all right. It's all right. I don't know. I'm still figuring this stuff out. Okay, I want to go through and see if you have. Oh my God, Raj, super sticker. Thank you, Raj, for sending a super sticker. No, I am not blaming conservatives for killing comedy. In fact, I am blaming the libs. I am blaming the left for killing comedy, because they are the ones who fuel cancel culture. So no, I think most of my fans probably are more centrists, conservatives, a little bit more on the right. So there. Let me see if you guys have any interesting questions for Doyle. Again, if he does not show up, we will reschedule this. You will be seeing him, and I know you guys are excited to see him because he did take a bit of a break from making content. I think he took a 3-month break. So don't be afraid. He was just getting his studio up and running. I agree, Peter. He is one of the smartest out there. He's a really impressive young man. Every time I see him, I feel like his aunt. I'm like, you're doing great, John. All right, let me check through these comments really quick to see. What does he think of The Chosen, the new Christian crowd-funded drama about the life of Jesus? I think it's very well done. Thank you, In Hot Water. All right. Okay, I'm writing it down. The Chosen Christian drama. Yeah, I like John. I've learned a lot from him. Doyle's beard transformed him from nerd to dude. I agree. Maybe we can ask him about his beard. Why do West Coast comedians seem more afraid to talk about the mainstream than East Coast comedians? I'm genuinely curious. That is a good point. I would say that West Coast comics are a little bit maybe beholden to Hollywood. Maybe they're right, because where are the places to do comedy on the West Coast? It's basically California. It's basically LA. Until recently, Texas has become, a comedy hotspot. So yeah, I would say they are more scared that they will be ostracized from Hollywood. I think if you're a comedian doing comedy in Hollywood, you probably more so want to be an actor and want to be in movies. If you're a comedian doing comedy in New York, you probably more so really care for stand-up, and maybe you want to get towards touring. Maybe you want to be passed at all the clubs in New York City. There's just there was far more opportunities to do stand-up in New York City. You can do decently in LA. You used to be able to do decently in LA, but now everything's changed because of the old pandemic. So I think East Coast comics are probably more for stand-up than they are for Hollywood, getting into movies, scooching into an acting career. And I think they're pussies. I'll take every opportunity to shit on comedians from LA. Sure, there are some good ones, of course. Tony Hinchcliffe, there's lots of, he's moved to Texas now. There are examples of cool comics from LA, but not that many. Conservatives have been killing comedy since the 90s, and now we're left with this crap. No, I wouldn't blame conservatives. I think conservatives simply, if they don't agree with something, they opt out. They're not going to rally for its cancellation like the left does. Yes, I mean liberals. Did I say conservatives? If I did, I apologize. More carnage in your first period is hilarious. Don't let those media hacks get into your head, girl. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, a few fans were in my DMs worried when I announced I was doing the Megyn Kelly podcast. They were like, she's going to make you look bad. She's going to do a gotcha. Record it on your own. But I didn't think that she would. Because like I said, she interviewed Tim Dillon. She interviewed Ryan Long, Chris DiStefano. She's very anti-woke. Maybe she was shitty to Trump 5 years ago. Maybe she didn't moderate the debate in the way everyone would have hoped. But I think now, maybe she's learned from that. I think now she is very passionate about free speech and anti-cancel culture. So I found her delightful. I think I made her laugh a few times. Okay, more questions for John. Again, if you're just joining us, John is running late and or slept late and or completely forgot. I've been calling him. I've been texting him. He just got back from CPAC. Maybe he's tired. But again, we'll probably just reschedule at this point. I think he forgot. Does John think a national divorce is a viable option, or will that be leaving a void for other nations to fill? Craig, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, but I'm just going to put down national divorce.
The country splitting.
Oh, the country splitting. Well, shit. That makes sense. I wonder how it would be split. I've seen a couple of charts, like examples of how it could go. I wish we could just physically smush New York and California together and let everybody else be. All right. Thank you. Good question, Craig. I think Elijah has the information on who shot Ashley. If anyone does, if any one of my friends knows, it's him. That's interesting, though. Just going through.
An interesting picture of what the country could look like.
Oh, you sent me a chart? Where did you send it? Facebook?
Facebook messaging.
Okay. Cool. Let me see if I can pull it up. One of these charts. I'm sure you guys have seen these examples of like how the country could look if it were split. Oh my God, it's so red. All right, let me share this. Let me share this little Betty with you guys. Let me pull up this map here. A nation of red states could preserve liberty and traditional values. Look at this. Look how many people are actually blue here. Yeah, it's basically New York and the arm of the U.S., the teeniest, tiniest, tippiest tip of Florida. Wow. And look at this. Look at everybody else. That's interesting.
Everybody gets beaches.
Everybody gets beaches. Yeah, the left gets beaches. Well, then, yeah, we would get beaches as well. Yeah. South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. Look at all this. Texas. We get New Orleans, which is great. I haven't been to Mississippi or Alabama yet. They've got a teeny tiny bit of beach here. Yeah, I'm not mad at this breakdown. So, okay, good question. I will ask him about that. Let me see. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any of your things. I know. Hi guys. If you're just joining, John Doyle. I'm not trying to tease you. I really was supposed to do an episode with Doyle, but I think is either asleep or running late or forgot or whatever because I talked to him last night.
It's updated, by the way. It doesn't say John Doyle.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, it just says me? Okay. All right.
Live Chrissie Mayr responding to Megyn Kelly in January 6th Blowback.
All right. Ooh, okay.
All right. And the thumbnail is different. So anybody that's clicking in now isn't clicking in for John
All right. Doyle. All right. For clicking in now, you're here for me, not the promise of Doyle, but I will reschedule with him. An insurrection without guns in the most armed country on the planet? Nah. Yeah, they're dumb. Saw that animal print bathing suit picture. Okay. Sometimes you got to post some thirst traps to get people's eye. Oh, we got somebody saying Michael Bird shot Ashley Babbitt. I did hear that whoever shot her, they were part of the reason why they were keeping it quiet is because perhaps he had a little bit of a trigger finger or previous problems or like a previous kind of issue. Okay, Chrissy, how's your experience on January 6th? It was mad chill. It was great.
Was it like?
It was like so chill. It was, yeah, we were not hopping over fences. There were no fences to hop. Everything was open. It felt like Woodstock. I always compare it to Woodstock because there's picnics, blankets out, families, kids, dogs. It was awesome. It was the best people. I talked to so many people. Nobody was crazy aggressive. Nobody was like, let's get them. Nobody who was there thinks that Trump told them to do it. Again, it was always a planned march point. The media insists on getting it wrong because it fits their motive. I would like to see you as Anthony's co-host at least twice a week. Ooh, thanks, KX to you. Yeah, I love Anthony. If you guys aren't subscribed to Compound Media, I've been sitting in with him Mondays in the 5 o'clock hour. It's been really, really fun. And I think I do a good job of balancing out. Usually Nick DiPaolo is his guest on Mondays, and they can sometimes get a little too real. So I try to keep it light, but we have fun. And Anthony can make anybody look good. He's super fun to talk to. Conservatives have been trying to cancel Howard since the 80s, and now conservatives like Chrissy are mad that he's calmed down. Are you talking about me or Chrissy Teigen? Because you spelled it with a Y. Am I a conservative? I'm not sure. I think I'm just an individual. Am I mad that he's calmed down? I'm not mad about it. I just notice that he's different. I'm not mad, though. I don't know him to get mad. Oh, here's a good one. Hey, Chrissy, you're amazing and so funny. I was talking to some guy named Old Monkey in the chat. He was blaming conservatives for comedy. Anybody who says that probably isn't a big comedy fan. Ooh, okay. John Doyle is good looking, but says dumb things sometimes. I am a straight male, just saying facts. What has he said that's dumb? Wheelie base Knowles. He's also a young man, so I don't know. I think he's heading in a good direction. Scooching into an acting career for comedic films that no longer exist. Exactly. Which is why, and I said this on the Megyn Kelly podcast, so many of these actors, they're trying to like put up a cancel buffer for themselves. They're trying to come out ahead of it, like Seth Rogen, like Cat Williams, even though I think he's fine no matter what he says or does because he just has such a big fan base. But saying, oh yeah, comics need to accept when their jokes are old. And you have Leguizamo, right? We all saw Leguizamo's video of him talking about angrily talking about CRT, kind of not fully understanding what it is. But again, like, I think their agents tell them, like, yeah, you got to come out ahead of this. You got to either speak on CRT or speak positive, like be pro cancel culture so that you can like stay in the mix. And I think they do it to keep themselves from being canceled. So I think they think if they point it out first, then they're not leaving themselves vulnerable for you guys to point it out and come for their heads. Like and subscribe. That's what's having the mob turn on you does for your views on free speech. You start to favor it more. I guess so. Yeah, for some people, it really does take you being attacked and you know, being, I guess, a victim in a sense of it for you to be engaged, which is good. I mean, that's what kind of happened to me. Okay, I'm looking through your chats. Chrissy, do you smoke weed? Not really. I smoke Cushy Dreams. You can get all the health benefits of CBD without getting high. If you go to cushydreams.com and use promo code CMP, you can get 20% off your whole order. They come in different sativa and indica blends like hustle, relax, create, dream. So whatever you want to do with your day, if you want to be a little bit more up, a little bit more down, relax before bed, Cushy Dreams has a strain for you. And best of all, it's made here in the USA. Grown. It's probably my favorite part. Just a quick plug. Thank you for that perfect setup. Eton, California. They're trying to get rid of their governor. I love the map of America. Just get rid of the cities. Yeah. I know. Hi, John Doyle is supposed to come on. He was supposed to come on a half hour ago. Again, we're going to reschedule with him. I think he forgot. I was literally texting with him last night. So, another person thinking Michael Bird shot Ashley Babbitt. I'm going to look into that. That's an interesting theory. Okay. Hi, friends. Is John another geek with a YouTube channel that thinks he knows how to run a country? No, I don't think so. I think he's got some good ideas. He's very smart for how young he is. He has some leadership qualities. I think he's got some good content. Check him out. John Doyle. I think it's Heck Off Commie is his YouTube channel. Oh my God, it's a super chat from Matthew Hammond. Chrissy is the best. Megyn Kelly did a hack job on an Alex Jones interview. I think Alex Jones was her very first podcast guest. I'm going to have to go back and listen to that episode. Do you mean hack like she tried to make him look bad or just like did not put forth a lot of effort? I'm going to check it out though, Matthew. Thank you for the super chat. Love you. Yes or no? Can you drop a helium balloon if it doesn't fall? I'm not sure. Should be divided by counties. All right. I'm looking for just more questions for Doyle. Two more super chats. Okay. Texas is barely red because of Austin. Ugh, Austin's a hot mess. He should berate him for 2 hours for being late. Oh, I know. He's not a flake. He's a solid dude. I'm sure there was I'm not mad at it. The notification still says Doyle. Well, I'm here to tell you he's late and I'm probably have to reschedule, but you're here and I want your questions for him. So send them along, please. And thank you. Will you be at Skankfest? No. Is it in November? I think it's in November. I haven't been asked yet. If I am available and I am asked, I will go. But as of yet, I have not been asked. But you should go. I think there's probably a lot of great people performing there. Nobody is pushing through a January 6th commission because it might reveal how many FBI agents were actually involved. Ooh, I feel this. I feel this comment. I think I agree. Tell your boyfriend not to talk that loud. He's ruining our daydreams. That you're single. Just waiting for one of us to sweep you off your feet. I mean, come on, guys. None of you have actually tried to sweep me off my feet. There have been no. So if that's what you're intending, you have to step it up a little bit. Quick tip, kids. The guy screaming about how we need an armed uprising and how somebody's got to do something is either a Fed or has a Fed on speed dial. Yes, Trump supporters, don't talk like this. MAGA people don't say things like this. We're reasonable folks who just love our country, and we were just sick of all the bullshit. And that's why we came out in insane numbers. the left is acting like the 6th was 9/11. And that's why in the podcast with Megyn Kelly, I said it was pretty chill, because from my position, my experience physically being there all freaking day, it was pretty chill. I was on whatever side of the building that they weren't, putting a lot of photos online from. I should just start putting my own shit up. Maybe I'll give some stuff to maybe Nick, who's making the documentary. But I was on the side of the building where people were not busting in. I was on the side where people were climbing up one of the walls. But again, they were just like taking pictures from the top of the wall. I didn't see anything crazy. Okie Native, thank you for the super chat. I mean, they had important work to do, like vet the National Guard by asking them if they voted for the wrong candidate before they could work security. Yikes. That's pretty gross. But I'm not shocked. Was she even born in the 80s? Yes, I was. I think Anthony making you a co-host would be a ninja move on his part. He should do it for sure. I don't think he's going to do that. I think because he's moving to South Carolina. So I don't think he wants to. If he brings on a new co-host now, he's going to have to like redo the logos and like semi-rebrand it. And I just don't think he needs to. He doesn't need a like solid co-host. I don't even think that I would be available to do it every day. I'm flattered to do it at all. Tweeter beef. Oh, okay. Yeah, did you guys, speaking of Skankfest, are you guys aware of this Twitter beef that's going on? Basically, Luisa Diaz, who is a small-time comedy booker, she's booked shows at Union Hall. I think she's a couple of rooms now. I forget the names of what she books, but she has booked Shtick or Treat, which is an annual show every year at the Knitting Factory, where we all do impressions of other comics. Like the last time I did it, I did Michelle Wolf, crushed it. It was epic. Thank you very much. And now there's this kind of a Twitter beef going on between Legion of Skanks podcast, which is on Gas Digital, which is with Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith, and Big J. Okerson. Luisa, who books like small-time shows in Brooklyn. Jake Flores, famously kind of anti-comedy wokester, best known for eating the cum off of his own cum off of cookies. I'm not making that up. That is a real thing he's done. I think he's done porn. He's pretty disgusting. So there's been kind of like a back and forth on Twitter going on about this. And that's the thing about the left. They can't just like live and let live. They can't let the people who enjoy Skankfest enjoy it because they're jealous and salty. And your response might be, oh, hey, lefties, if you're upset at this free speech, anti-PC comedy festival, why don't you make their own? That's what normal people would respond with. But they're lazy, they're jealous, they don't have the means or the support to have their own festival like that. So they won't. Instead, they just take cheap shots on Twitter and then block you when you call them out on it. So there. Yeah. And now Joe Derosa, who is a great guy, funny comic, is getting in on it as well, kind of subtweeting at Luisa, being like, yeah, if you're shitting on Skankfest, like, you're probably not that busy. Just, I'm all for, create your own thing. Again, like, I will very rarely just go after somebody for no reason. I merely respond to my own haters. I respond to beef. I don't really have much time to create it. So if you're a comedy fan, check out this Twitter beef between Legion of Skanks, Luisa, Jake Flores, Joe DeRosa. I think Rebecca Trent may have chimed in as well, although she's blocked me. She still has me blocked. So, but okay. Looking at more comments. So yeah, I don't think Anthony's looking to make another co-host right now. He's gonna move like any minute to South Carolina. So he's probably thinking about what is his deal gonna be for when he's down there. Salty Granny. Michael Bird has been written up for leaving a loaded weapon on the counter in the men's restroom at the Capitol building. And he's black, so it doesn't fit the narrative. Interesting. Of course it doesn't fit the narrative. Ooh, okay. Today on Jim and Sam, Howie Mandel spoke about his fear with cancel culture. Great listen if you've got the time. Wow, I'm amazed that Howie Mandel is afraid of something other than germs. Okay, I will check that out. Yeah, you have all of these celebrities are afraid of it. Are you kidding me? They want to keep their cushy lifestyles going. Is there more than one John Doyle comedian? He's not a comedian. He is a Christian conservative content creator and the host of Heck Off Commie on YouTube. No, it's not right. But if you do Google him, right, he's like not the first John Doyle to come up. The pest could do nothing wrong. Can you go to Ghislaine's trial as a handmaiden? Yeah, maybe. When is it? Oh, you were great on Friday Night Tights. Thank you. Thanks, Dexter. I love that show. I'm obsessed with those guys. All right. Never seen a YouTube stream title change in real time. Well, now you have. Yeah, exactly. The only ones that were violent on the 6th was the cop that shot Ashley in the face. Agreed. When Anthony moves, it would be good. It would be a good opening to have you cover for him while he's in his move process. I strongly believe you could substitute host and prove you're one to do co-host. Emo. Thank you. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe I'll put it out there. Yeah, because there were so many feds and informants in that crowd that they couldn't risk harming one of their own. Yeah. Mega false flag. Mega false flag event. The right was crying when Republicans were confronted in the street, but are okay with Democrats having their offices invaded by a violent mob. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about Republicans. Yeah, they were getting attacked at dinner and stuff. Wasn't their softball game attacked? So, okay, I'm really trying to get to all your Doyle questions. I only know Doyle as a frequent guest on Elijah Schaffer's Slightly Offensive. Yes. And he also has a really excellent YouTube channel. I would say definitely check out his video about porn. It's got a picture of Eliza Jean on it, and it says how porn is destroying you in our country. I think it's like a 2-hour listen. So grab a snack for that one. Did you go to yes, I did go to the New Creek in the Cave when I was in Austin. I actually stopped by. I tried to talk to Rebecca. I tried to be like, hey, I'm still here. Because Anthony smoothed things over with her. I guess they had a little bit of a beef going. So I was like, wow, I could do that. But she wasn't there that day. There was a guy there just painting the sign. I'm like, looks beautiful. Is Rebecca here? No? Send her my best. Tell her I say hi. Big fan. Okay. Phil, thank you for the super chat. Phil Abudi. I have no idea who John Doyle is. I have no relevant questions. What are your thoughts about toast? I'm glad you asked this, Phil. Over the years, I've tried many, many different kinds of toasts. I'm settling on rye toast as the ultimate toast. It holds butter pretty well. It doesn't get soggy. It's got some structure to it. It's not as thick as a sourdough. And I don't know. I feel like it's low key easier to digest. So rye toast all the way with seeds, of course. Ooh, Matthew Elliott for 25. Thank you so much for the super chat. This is to buy you a drink for being stood up today, or flowers if you don't imbibe. Oh, thanks. Yeah, maybe I could possibly buy a White Claw and get some flowers with that. Thanks, Matthew. Yeah, you know what? I've been stood up before. I'll be stood up again. No, I'm definitely gonna reschedule Doyle, and I'm here to just collect your questions for him. Okie native Alex Jones will be on Viva Fry Law Channel today. Really? Okay, I'll check that out. Was almost the only Hispanic I've ever heard mispronounce Nevada. Did he say Nevada? Okay. You should try Delta 8 flour. It's like CBD. Interesting. All right. Thanks, Adam Goldstein. Oh my God. Look at all these super chats. Daniel Donnelly for $9.99. Chrissie Mayr puts the erection in insurrection. Thank you. Did you see my tweet where I was like, hear me out. A red, white, and blue Viagra pill called the erection. I think it could be a thing. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks. Yep. Scott Miller agrees. You are exactly right. Idiots like Leguizamo are hoping the alligator will eat them last. P.S. You are fantastic on Friday Night Tights. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm looking for your Doyle questions. Ever thought of co-hosting with Josh Jenny? Weekend update. Where would that happen, Roger? I am gonna get a set in the kind of near future. My goal for this year, by the end of this year, for sure. Yeah, I like Josh Jetty. I enjoy him. I looked into having Darren Betty on the show. He is the founder of Revolver News and was part of the Trump and Biden administration. Technically, he did a video with John. Ooh, maybe. I'll write his name down. Okay. Looking for your Doyle questions. Getting them ready for when I do get him on. Okay. Ask John Doyle if he went back and asked the waitress out after he was done with the video about Pride Month. Yeah, I saw that part. Yeah, she was cute. She was not bad looking. All right. I'm gonna say ask about waitress. Good question. It's hilarious how Anthony's still making moves, putting out content. And Opie as well. He's doing what he's doing. He's doing what he loves, which is withering into obscurity. Okay. Looking for your questions about Doyle. For Doyle. I hardly see a midget lead in any movies. That's true. That is true. Michael, are you really a midget? How tall are you? Okay. All right, guys. Checking. Sorry if this is a boring stream. I'm just trying to get your questions for John Doyle. Rye is the champion's toast. Absolutely. Yes, is Frank real? Yes, he's real, Matthew. He's real and he's fabulous. Chrissy's looking like a snack lately. No, I'm not pregnant. I just was in the sun for a couple of days. It's amazing what like a couple days in the sun will do. Get a little bit of a tan. I asked the critical drinker what movie you two are going to review. He said he doesn't know the guest, usually picks once. I don't know. I don't think we're going to review a movie. I might do something where I watch trailers, but no. Maybe you're misinformed there. Okay, I think I got all the super chats. Thank you for watching Friday Night Tights. I freaking love that show. Those guys are great and they're fun and it's fun to make them laugh. All right. If I don't see any more questions for John Doyle, I'm going to sashay away. Fill a booty. Okay, I'm out. Gotta finish this unicorn mask later. What unicorn mask? Thank you for the $2, Phil. I will put that towards my Truly fund. Would you go on Unsafe Space on a Friday for the Cafe break? Oh, yeah. I love Carrie Smith. I will for sure do that. I didn't know she had a Friday show. I would tell you to come to Chicago, but not only are bulletproof vests illegal, they're sold out. Yuck. Yeah, not really feeling like Chicago anytime soon. All right. Okay, guys. All right. I don't see any more questions for John Doyle. I'm going to reschedule with him. Here we go. Ask Doyle how he became the black person expert on Slightly Offensive. That's really funny. Okay. That's a good one. Black person expert on Slightly Offensive. Okay. Killer. This is going to be a great interview, guys. Thank you for helping me with my questions. I mean, he was on a few months ago, but so much has changed since then. Ask Doyle what he thinks about a constitutional monarchy as a temporary government for a balkanized USA. Oh, Lord, what a mouthful. Okay. Constitutional monarchy. All right, I'm just going to write this down when I log off. Nobody wants to see me write shit down. All right, that's a good one. Thank you. Ask this Doyle guy why he doesn't respect people's time. Ew. Hot take. All right. Yeah. We'll remember this. Scalise was shot in the head by a crazy guy who hated Republicans, and Giffords was shot by a crazy guy in general with 18 other people because women shouldn't be in power, according to him. I guess I don't disagree. Women are great at many things, but I don't know. I don't know if that's our forte, is like any kind of major leadership role. Yes, ask Doyle if he doesn't believe in the concept of linear time and this XYZ today. Okay. Well, that's funny. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for checking out the Megyn Kelly podcast that I did yesterday. It's on iTunes. It's a good listen. If not, just check out the sound bites on my Twitter, do some RTs. And this Thursday, if you live in Connecticut, I'm going to be performing at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut. That's this Thursday. That's 2 days from today. For tickets, go to my website, ChrissieMayr.com. And then if you're in Jersey, I'm heading to Point Pleasant Beach. That's a Jersey Shore area. This Saturday, the 17th, with Comedians of the Compound at Uncle Vinny's. And then I'll be headlining Jinx on the boardwalk Tuesday, July 20th. That's going to be really great. That's right on the boardwalk. It should be nice weather. It should be a boss time. They've got frozen drinks, if that's your thing. And then I'm going to be in New Orleans August 13th and 14th doing shows at the Comedy Theater the Comedy Theater of New Orleans, I think it's called. Comedy House in New Orleans, August 13th and 14th. And then back in Vegas, September 10th and 11th for Comedians of the Compound. And then I'll be back to Texas in September as well. September 17th and 18th, I'll be headlining Hyenas in Dallas. I love that club. Might be my favorite. No, the Vulcan was pretty cool too. But yeah, September 17th and 18th, I'll be headlining Hyenas in Dallas. And we'll probably do some appearances on Blaze that week leading up to those shows. No shows scheduled for LA right now, but it's something I want to do by the end of the year. Who hung your sound tiles? I did. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Women don't want power. Women want amenities. Maybe. My hair doesn't look red. I know it looks like dirty blonde. It's because I have all this blue lighting on me. All right. Love you guys. Check out my website, ChrissieMayr.com, for tickets to my stand-up shows. Listen to the Megyn Kelly podcast I was on. Subscribe to my YouTube channel here, and I will see you guys soon. Ask Doyle if you're the greatest interviewer ever. I already know I am, but I will ask him. Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.